Let's have a closer look at what we learned from the Dutch Grand Prix 2022. First of all, the practice sessions gave us some great insights. Verstappen's Red Bull was lifted and that gave us another good look underneath the car. From this angle, it's impressive to see how complex the underbody has become since the beginning of the season. Interesting to see here is the rake with multiple probes in the tunnel. This is the main flow area and the narrowest point of the tunnel to the ground, which means the highest speeds and the highest risk of separations. Teams want to know exactly what's going on in this area, and we see here how they analyze it. It's also impressive to see what Red Bull's current bodywork has become. We see a clear cooling path in the center, a super slimmed down lower center area, and similar to what we discussed on the Ferrari at the beginning of the season, an interesting rearward facing suspension opening, which could blow high energy air directly to the beam wing area, with less directional change than the already smooth downwashing bodywork. For teams with such a bodywork, it's very important to keep cockpit losses on top of the cooling path, to avoid them spilling down to the beam wing. Therefore, Red Bull uses these fences and winglets at the side that create an inwashing vortex to keep losses on top. At the Mercedes, it's interesting to see how they now create downwash already with the front suspension connections. More downwash before the side pod helps to further push the front rear wake outboard, something that is very important for the Mercedes because they don't run large side pods like all other teams. And also Mercedes is running these cockpit fences now. We could get a good look at their keel area with an air intake to cool components behind it. Aston Martin worked hard to produce as much outwash as possible with their mirrors and brought this complex, by the looks of it, 3D printed mirror design. And we could see some locked up front wheels in free practice, which means we can see nicely what the famous front rear wake is doing under real conditions. In the past it was flowing along the outside of the rear wheels. Now we can see how it's hitting the rear wheels at the corner entry at this McLaren. So, as intended by this year's rules, there is much less outwash and the wake stays closer to the car's centerline. And the sandy landscape of the Dutch coast also gave us an impressive display of what F1 aerodynamics can do. See you at the next video.